Welcome to my channel. I am Tripti Bajaj, here to teach you the subject of economics of standard 12. We are having the 10 chapters in the economics subject, out of which first 5 are related with the microeconomics and the rest are related to macroeconomics. Previously, we learned about the term of microeconomics, its feature, scope and subject matter and importance of microeconomics. Today, let me begin with the subject of macroeconomics. Let me begin with the introduction of macroeconomics. The term macroeconomics having the different meaning. It is totally different from microeconomics. The term macro is coming from the Greek word macros, makros, which means large. When your study area is large, it is considered as a macro. We are considering the aggregate economic variables in this particular economics. Here we are considering the total economic variables in the economy. So, in simple words, we can define the macroeconomics as it studies the economy as a whole. The same concept I show you by the Venn diagram. You are There are three circles in front of you, A, B and C. A is the part of B and C circle. If you are doing the study of A, it is the microeconomics. If you are doing the study of B as a part of C circle, it means it is the study of microeconomics. But if you are considered the area of C for study purpose, you have to calculate all the economic activities taken place in the C area. It means your area is so large, it is considered as a macroeconomics. So, macroeconomics can be analyzed by the study of entire economy. See, let me see what are the economic variables are smoothly functioning in the economy. Total consumption. If the people are getting the income, it gets divided into the consumption and saving. Consumption shows the total demand made by all the consumers in the economy. It means it may be the consumption for consumer goods, it may be the consumption for producers goods, that is the capital, it may be the consumption of government, and we export and import the things, it means it is the international trade also. So all these consumption comes under the total consumption. Some part of the income are saved by the people, and that is considered as a total savings. These total savings are used to invest the money in the different projects, different industries. And if the money is invested in the industries, obviously the national output goes on rising. If the output is taken place in the economy, it definitely means the employment generations will be there. And obviously the result of which is the business fluctuations. Business can suffer the ups and downs in the economy. And all these things decide the price level in the economy, and obviously all the contributes to national income. So these are the economic variables which is smoothly running in the economy, and everything is depends on everything else. If the total obviously total employment is depends on the total investment. If the industries are not there, employment cannot be generated. It means it is depend on this thing. If the savings are not there, investment cannot be possible. If the income is very low, obviously the savings are very low. So it means everything is depends on everything else. Let me begin with some definitions of macroeconomics. As we learn, macroeconomics is not deal with the individual quantities but with the aggregate of these quantities. It is not with the income but with the national income. It is not with the individual prices but with the general price level. Some economists has given the different definition. According to J.L. Hansen, macroeconomics is the branch of economics which consider the relationship between large aggregates such as the volume of employment, total amount of savings, investment, national income, etc. In simple words, it is nothing but the study of total employment, total output, total investment, total income of the country, total employment generation, etc. as we learned earlier. Professor Carl Shapiro has also defined the macroeconomics is the smooth functioning of the economy as a whole. As I told you, the all economic variables are interrelated. If one is disturbed, obviously the another one is disturbed. It get affected. So smooth functioning of all these economic variable is the nothing but the macroeconomics. Let me begins with the scope of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics studies the large economic variables which determine the income, employment, output in the economy. And as per the area of study, we are having the following theories in the macroeconomics. See how the macroeconomics get implemented in the economy. That is theory of income and employment, theory of general price level and inflation, theory of economic growth and development, and macro theory of distribution. Student, when we are considering the income and employment in the economy, it is obvious that if the people get the income, it get bifurcate into consumption and investment. Keep it in mind, income is always get divided into in consumption and investment. So we are getting the two theories, that is the theory of consumption function and theory of investment function. How it is become the investment? See, the people are doing the consumption and some part of their money income is saved with the banks, and these savings are converted into the investment of large industries. So theory of investment function. Okay. So both the consumption function and investment function decides the business cycle in the economy. See, theory of consumption function is nothing but the demand side of the consumer, while the theory of investment function is the supply side of producer. Okay, let we begins with the detailed information of theory of all the theories of macroeconomics. Now, the theory of income and employment. See, the theory study about the different level, how the level of income, employment, output is determined. As I told you, there is the demand and supply forces determine the all the levels in the economy. See, it is determined by aggregate demand and aggregate supply function. Aggregate demand shows the consumer side of the economy as a whole, which includes the consumption expenditure for consumer goods, investment expenditure for producer goods, government expenditure for different goods and services in the economy. As well, it includes the import and export in the economy. While the aggregate supply side shows it is nothing but the producer's expenditures in order to produce the goods and services in the economy. So both these factors will determine the level of income, employment and output in the economy. As I told you, it is the consumption function and investment function which determines the level of income and employment. It also analyzes the causes and fluctuations by which the above factors are determined. Okay. Now, I want to give the simple example. See, if the aggregate demand goes down, what happens in the economy? As I told you, these factors are interrelated. Today, our economy suffering from the problem COVID-19, that is the coronavirus. Because of this problem, economy faces the different problems in the economy, such as the consumption level goes down, the production cannot be possible, production also goes down. Some people have lost their jobs, employment cannot be generated. So we can say that here all these factors, aggregate demand and supply factors, will determine this level, income, employment, output, etc. Let we begin with the next theory, that is theory of general price level and inflation. First of all, what do you mean by general price level? General price level means the price which is determined in the economy as per the production of the goods and services produced in a country during a specific period of a time. It is the average price determined by the different forces. Now, this particular theory of general price level studies how the general price level is determined. It also studies what are the causes and effects of the fluctuations in the economy. See, there are two fluctuations, that is inflation and deflation. If the inflation is taken place in the economy, how the economy can get affected? If economy faces the deflationary problem, obviously the economy also face some problem in the different sectors. So, this particular theory focused on this problem which is faced by the economy. It also studies what is the cause of inflation, what is the cause of deflation, what is the effect of inflation and what is the effect of deflation. By studying the cause and effect, the theory suggests the different policies to tackle the problems of the economy. The next theory is theory of growth and development. This particular theory helps to analyze the causes of underdevelopment and poverty in the poor countries. Generally, the economy, poor countries having the different problems such as poverty, underemployment, unemployment, then uh, less utilization of available resources, etc. So this particular theory helps the country to accelerate the economic growth and economic development by using the different economic strategies. So, this particular theory suggests how to accelerate the growth, how to make the development in the country. And it also study by attaining the growth and development how the stability can be achieved in the economy. Now the next theory is theory of distribution. Next theory is the theory of distribution. The theory of distribution deals with the income which is earned by the four factors of production, that is land, labor, entrepreneur, and capital. It deals with the relative share of all these factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. That is, land earns the rent, labor earns the wages, capital on the interest, and obviously entrepreneur get the profit. The income of all these factors, that is rent, wages, interest, and profit respectively, are calculated in the national income, and their share is calculated in the national income, total national income. So macro theory of distribution is considered with the income earned by all the factors of productions. So let we continue the same topic in the next slide.